Picture this. You're walking into the airport. Bright lights, rolling suitcases, that familiar mix of excitement and stress in the air. You've triple-checked your passport, your gate, your boarding time. You feel ready. But what if I told you that the biggest threat to your trip isn't a delayed flight, lost luggage, or even turbulence? It's the device sitting quietly in your pocket right now. Every airport insider knows this. Your phone can get you in more trouble than anything inside your suitcase. And the craziest part? Most travelers have no idea how dangerously exposed they are the moment they step into an airport security zone. Because somewhere between check-in and boarding, one wrong move, one photo, one joke, one app you forgot you even had, could be enough for an officer to pull you aside and turn your entire trip upside down. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how this happens, why it happens, and what seasoned travelers do to make sure a simple airport visit doesn't become a nightmare. Welcome to the hidden side of airport security, the part no one is talking about. Section 1. Your phone could ruin your trip before you even board. Picture this. You're standing in line at airport security. The conveyor belts are rattling, the scanners beep in the background, and everyone around you is doing the same quiet airport shuffle. Bags off, laptops out, shoes halfway untied. Everything feels normal. Until it doesn't. A sharp-eyed officer suddenly locks onto you. He steps forward, expression unreadable, and says the 6 words no traveler ever wants to hear. I need to check your phone. Instantly, your pulse spikes. Your fingers tense around the device. And in a split second, every message, every meme, every screenshot you've ever sent flashes through your mind. In that moment, your phone stops being just a phone. It becomes evidence. It becomes a risk. It becomes a doorway to chaos you did not plan for. And here's the part almost no traveler understands. Not all uniforms at the airport have the same power. TSA agents, the ones scanning your bags, are mainly looking for physical threats. Guns, liquids, explosives. They cannot legally demand access to your phone, your messages, or your photos. But step one line over to Customs and Border Protection, and everything changes. CBP agents have sweeping authority. They can require you to unlock your device. They can copy files. They can dig through your social media without a warrant or even specific suspicion. This isn't a movie plot. It's happening right now, in airports across the United States. In 2025 alone, more than 35,000 electronic devices were inspected at U.S. borders. Ordinary people, tourists, students, business travelers found themselves in cold interview rooms, flights canceled, visas at risk, all because of something on their phone that was misunderstood. And the scariest part? It's usually not what you intentionally carry that causes trouble. It's what you forgot was there. Your phone can sabotage your trip long before you even reach the gate, unless you know how to protect yourself. Section 2. Real stories that prove no one is safe. These aren't hypotheticals or exaggerated warnings. These are real situations, real travelers, who learned the hard way that airport authority over your digital life is far more powerful than most people ever imagine. Take the case of the Brazilian engineer arriving in Miami in 2025. A quiet guy, traveling for work. His phone? Completely normal. Except for one folder of photos he took during a professional visit to a nuclear facility. Innocent, documented, authorized. But to the officers reviewing his device? It was suspicious enough to detain him for 8 grueling hours. He missed his connecting flight, he nearly lost his visa. All because of pictures he wasn't even thinking about when he entered the airport. Then there's the Colombian influencer, with more than 500,000 followers. She flew into Los Angeles expecting a routine arrival, maybe a selfie at baggage claim. Instead, She found herself in a cold interrogation room for 6 hours. Her crime? A series of Instagram memes poking fun at immigration policies. Posts she'd forgotten about. Posts meant as jokes. But agents labeled her content anti-American. A meme, just a meme, was enough to flip her entire trip upside down. And it doesn't stop there. A Canadian traveler was detained in Detroit because of a WhatsApp group chat named Lost Compass 420, a harmless fantasy football group, a running joke among friends. But officers saw 420 and immediately associated it with marijuana. 5 hours of questioning, all over a misunderstanding. These cases sound extreme until you check the numbers. In 2025, internal data shows that nearly 65% of device inspections targeted regular travelers, not flagged suspects. People chosen at random. People caught in the wrong moment. People who had no idea how vulnerable they really were. And here's the statistic that hits the hardest. 82% of travelers unlock their devices under pressure, even when they don't legally have to. Why? Because fear works. Authority works. An officer staring you down works. But the truth is this: your device doesn't need illegal content to cause trouble. It only needs something that can be misinterpreted. A joke, a photo, a name, an app, anything. No traveler is truly safe unless they prepare. Section 3. Why nothing to hide won't protect you. A lot of travelers make the same mistake. They shrug and say, "I'm not doing anything wrong. I have nothing to hide." But inside airports, especially at international entry points, that mindset is dangerously naive. Because border officers aren't just searching for illegal content, they're analyzing behavior, patterns, associations, tone, context. A Harvard study found that 73% of border-related digital issues came from content travelers didn't even remember having. Old screenshots, archived chats, random file names, forgotten photos buried deep in the camera roll. And here's the twist that catches most people by surprise. Travelers who try to clean up their phones right before a flight often make themselves look more suspicious. Mass deletion of files, rapid clearing of messages, sudden removal of apps. All of these actions create a digital footprint that airport forensic tools immediately flag as unusual. And yes, those tools are incredibly powerful. They can recover deleted photos, chats, and files from up to 3 months earlier, sometimes more. Consider what happened to the lawyer who tried to be cautious. Before her trip, she deleted old photos from a university protest. Nothing illegal, nothing dangerous, but she did it just hours before her flight. That timing triggered a digital alert. She was detained for 12 hours, questioned repeatedly, and nearly lost her work visa. Not because of the photos themselves, but because she deleted them at the wrong time. This is why airport insiders know a simple truth. Your preparation can't happen at the last minute. If you wait until the night before your flight, you're already too late. How you manage your digital life weeks before you travel can be the difference between walking straight to baggage claim or being escorted to an interrogation room. Section 4. The silent traps hidden in your digital life. Most travelers don't get in trouble because of something they intended to hide. They get in trouble because of something they forgot was there. Little digital landmines scattered across their phone. Things that seem harmless in everyday life, but raise eyebrows the moment a border officer scrolls past them. Let's break down the silent traps most people never think about. Political conversations, even private ones. A sarcastic comment, a spicy meme, a debate in a group chat. Inside an airport, those things can suddenly look like hostile intent. Party photos, drinks in hand, wild nights, questionable poses. Fun memories that, in the wrong context, can make an officer decide you're not entering their country today. Photos taken in sensitive areas, military bases, industrial sites, restricted zones. Maybe you were just sightseeing. Maybe you didn't even know they were sensitive. But to airport security, they can trigger long questioning. Then there are the apps on your phone, dating platforms, crypto wallets, messaging apps from certain countries. Even if they're completely legal, they can draw unnecessary attention, especially during international travel. And here's the one travelers never expect. Your contacts. A friend with a strange nickname. A contact saved as a joke. A number connected to a region with heightened security alerts. Officers can interpret all of this as part of a pattern. One that doesn't reflect who you are, but how your digital life appears. This is why timing and subtlety are everything. A sudden purge of your phone looks suspicious, but gradual cleanup, weeks before your trip? That's smart. That's invisible. Travel pros start by backing up essential data to secure, encrypted storage, then slowly deleting sensitive content over time. Not to hide wrongdoing, but to prevent simple, everyday digital clutter from becoming a misunderstanding with major consequences. Because at the airport, the danger isn't what you carry, it's what someone else might misinterpret. Section 5. Secrets the pros use to travel safely. Seasoned travelers, the journalists, diplomats, corporate insiders, they don't rely on luck when they pass through airport security. They follow a system, a precise, methodical routine designed to protect their privacy and avoid unnecessary scrutiny. And it all begins 2 weeks before they fly. First, they create a complete encrypted backup of their device. iCloud, Google Drive, Proton Drive, whatever they choose, it's locked behind strong passwords and two-factor authentication. This ensures that everything important is safe, untouchable, and stored far away from any airport inspection. Only after that backup is secure do they move to the next step, a factory reset. They wipe the phone clean and rebuild it with only the essentials: airline apps, hotel reservations, offline maps, emergency contacts. Nothing more. No old messages, no photo albums, no unnecessary apps that could raise questions. Some take it even further. They travel with a secondary device, a temporary phone or tablet meant solely for the trip. Their real digital life stays on their primary device at home, far from border agents and forensic scanners. Even for laptops, the pros don't take risks. They create a separate travel user profile, keeping all personal data locked behind another layer and leaving only trip-related files visible. And here's the truth airport insiders know well. This isn't about hiding illegal content, because they're not carrying any. It's about controlling what can be misinterpreted. It's about staying calm when an officer asks questions, because everything on the device is clean, simple, and intentional. Smart travelers prepare their digital life the same way they pack their luggage. Only take what you actually need. Leave everything else at home. Section 6. How to stay calm and smart during inspections. Once you're at the airport, especially at immigration, the rules of the game shift. Your preparation matters, yes, but your behavior in the moment can determine whether the process is smooth or becomes a disaster. The first thing every airport insider knows is this: identify who's talking to you. If it's a TSA agent, you can politely decline any request to access your phone. They don't have the legal authority. But if it's a Customs and Border Protection officer, the situation changes instantly. Their power is broad, and you need to handle the interaction with precision. Staying calm is everything. Officers are trained to watch your eyes, your hands, your tone. Make steady eye contact, breathe evenly, and ask a simple but powerful question: am I legally required to unlock my device? Often, the officer backs down when they realize you understand your rights. But if you must comply, do it smartly. Here's a trick professionals use. Never speak your password out loud. Write it on a piece of paper, hand it over, and take it back immediately. Why? Because saying it verbally can be interpreted as voluntary disclosure, something that weakens your legal position later. If officers become confrontational or aggressive, stay firm but respectful and say, "I would like to speak to a lawyer before continuing." This single sentence activates protections many travelers don't even know they have. If you're a U.S. citizen, remember, you cannot be denied entry. Your device might be taken for further review, but you cannot be turned away. If they seize your phone or laptop, always request a detailed receipt listing exactly what was taken, along with a supervisor's contact information. If you're a non-citizen, the calculation is different. Sometimes unlocking your device may be the only way to avoid being refused entry. There's no universal rule, only the need to weigh privacy against the risk of denial. But regardless of your status, in every situation, one principle holds. Your calmness is your greatest shield. Panic creates suspicion. Precision creates confidence. And confidence can mean the difference between stepping into the country or stepping into hours of interrogation. Section 7. The AI watching your devices and how to outsmart it. Airport security isn't just evolving, it's accelerating. And the newest player in the game isn't a human officer. It's artificial intelligence watching your digital behavior. Across several major airports, pilot programs are already testing systems that don't just look at what's on your device. They analyze how you use it, how often you unlock your phone, which apps you open most frequently, your typing rhythm, your browsing patterns, even the way you swipe. These AI tools are designed to detect anomalies, behaviors that don't fit the average traveler. And if something looks off, you could be flagged before an officer ever speaks to you. In some airports, experimental systems can even extract limited data wirelessly through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi vulnerabilities, sometimes without you realizing it. And by 2026, proposed regulations may allow officers to access cloud backups if your device is linked, meaning a clean phone won't matter if your cloud isn't clean too. Sounds intense, right? But here's the good news. The same technology used to scrutinize you can also protect you. Encrypted messaging apps like Signal and WhatsApp. Biometric authentication paired with lockout timers. Travel modes that hide sensitive content behind secondary passwords. Operating systems that block unauthorized wireless access. Airport insiders use all of these tools, not to hide something illegal, but to prevent automated systems from misreading their digital habits. Because in this new era, protecting your privacy isn't just about deleting files, it's about understanding how your device behaves, and making sure that behavior doesn't set off alarms. Knowledge isn't just power here, it's your best defense. Section 8. The step-by-step survival plan every traveler needs. Information is powerful, but only when you turn it into action. So here's the exact survival plan seasoned travelers follow. A practical roadmap that transforms everything you've learned into real protection. Start 30 days before your flight. Begin a slow, natural cleanup of your digital footprint. Delete old messages gradually, never all at once. Use secure deletion tools so your phone doesn't show a suspicious spike in activity. Create an encrypted folder with only the essentials for your trip. Passport scans, reservation details, emergency contacts. At 15 days out, prepare a secondary travel device if you have one. Keep it simple. Maps, itinerary, hotel confirmations, airline apps. If you must bring your primary phone, back it up fully, encrypt the backup, and perform a factory reset. Reinstall only what you truly need. 3 days before departure, lock your device into travel mode. Turn on airplane mode permanently. Yes, even on the ground. Disable Bluetooth, NFC, and Wi-Fi so no system can silently pull data. Unlink your email and cloud accounts, and keep your device powered on but locked, because a powered-off phone can actually raise suspicion during inspections. If an officer requests access, switch to a restricted profile or guest mode. Never unlock your phone using biometrics under pressure. Your fingerprint or face can be forced. A PIN cannot. During any inspection, stay calm and factual. Record interactions only if it's legal where you are. Note the badge numbers, officer names, and always request a receipt if your device is taken. After your trip, change every major password. Monitor your accounts for unusual activity, and consider using an identity monitoring service, just in case someone tried to access your data. Because your phone isn't just a device, it's your digital identity. And protecting that identity keeps you safe, not just at the airport, but everywhere you travel. Share these strategies with anyone who flies. The more travelers understand their rights and their risks, the harder it becomes for anyone to misuse authority. With preparation, awareness, and a smart plan, you can walk through any airport confidently, knowing your privacy, your data, and your freedom are protected.